Hello guys, welcome as y'all are coming on in. Let me know you're here. Let me know, especially if you're new, let me know your name and what you're writing. Joanne's here. Thanks, Joanne. And today we are talking about, oh, and Susan's here. It was so nice to talk to you, Susan. I'm excited to work with you. It's going to be amazing. Hey, Joanne. So today we're talking about, if you are planning to write a book in January, what can you be doing now to prep? Yeah? Because the temptation is, oh yes, I'm gonna write that book, and January is the perfect time to start writing a book, and so I'm just not even gonna think about it until January, right? Thanks for those hearts, guys. So that's what we're talking about today. Quick recap for anyone who's new. If you like what we're talking about, tap hearts on the screen, and that's what's coming up on the side there. That lets me know that you are there, that you're engaged, and the content that I'm giving you is helpful. Yes, Joanne, it is mildly inspired by you and a couple of conversations I've had over the last week or so. So it's not just you. Jean's in the room. So tap those hearts. If you know anyone else who has been procrastinating writing a book and they're like, oh, I'm going to wait till January to start, share and let them come on in the room or watch the replay and get inspired for what they can do now. And if you're not already following me, if this just popped up on your feed and you're not following me, go ahead and hit the Perry Buddy down there, change the plus to a check, and it'll let you know when I'm live. Hey, Jean. And you can always catch... They do. I do. I love purple. You can catch replays and notes and all sorts of fun things over at paperravenbooks.com/periscope. All right, guys, let's dive in. So let me set up the problem, which you are intimately familiar with, I'm quite sure. We have an idea for a book, and we start reading about it. Maybe we have some journals around it. We have some writings. If you're in the more academic circle, you have a lot of research and a lot of articles and just like mountains of stuff. Don't feel like you don't even know where all of the content is around what you want to write your book. It's just like scattered. It's like, it's in this part of my hard drive and it's over here on this part of the bookshelf, and it's just like, it's everywhere, right? And so it's a huge mountain to climb to think, okay, now I'm going to write a book about this. Post-it notes. I love it, Jean. I know. I always think that I'm going to start like a research journal and I'm going to be like writing things handwritten in this journal. So I have like half-started notebooks everywhere. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so yes, I do love Post-its too. Or I start different Word documents, or some of it's in Scrivener and some of it's in Evernote. Like, even me, who proclaims and professes digital organizational systems, I still get scattered. We're just, hey, G.E. Lopez, do I publish on Kindle? Yes, I do publish on Kindle and CreateSpace and audiobook and get it all out there. You can get my book any which way you want. But I do love Amazon Kindle. Yes. What did you miss? We are talking about what you can do now to get ready to start writing your book in January. So the problem is you've got stuff everywhere. So recognize first where we are. It's mid-November. That means you are thinking about starting this book writing process in 6 weeks. And I'm sorry, I kind of need to sneeze. I hope I don't sneeze. I've never yet sneezed in a Periscope. We'll see. But I have terrible allergies, so this is just, I'm waiting for this to happen someday. Anyway, we've got about 6 weeks before January hits. What can you do to prep? First thing I would recommend is that you gather all of that stuff as much as you can into one place. Maybe that's physically... Thank you. You guys are hilarious. Okay, so maybe that's physically. Maybe it's taking some bookshelves off the shelf. Maybe it's pulling out some papers from boxes and just putting it all nice and tidy in a neat little stack, physically. Maybe it's, y'all are thinking like, maybe it's digitally. Maybe it's creating a new folder on your desktop and pulling in those Word documents. Maybe it's exporting some of those Scrivener notes and pulling them into this one folder. And so that way you have a physical space with all your stuff and a digital space with all your stuff, okay? So that in itself might take you a week. So, 10 pocket poly organizers. Joanne, you're just full of nuggets. I need to bring you into my office someday. We should do like a virtual organize Morgan's office space day. Establishing one location, Jean. Exactly. Okay, so that could take you a week. For some of you, it might take 2. And then take a breather. Like, acknowledge and encourage yourself that you took this step to at least get it all into one space. All right, and then set aside a week or 2 just to casually read through everything. Okay, so you're not taking notes, you're not creating more content. Thank you, Jean, thank you for taking notes. But you're just gonna casually read through all of that content as much as you can. Even if it's a lot, even if it's books, you've probably read the books before, just kind of flip through, familiarize, bring it back to top of mind is what we're trying to do. Because more than likely you have either months or years worth of content and it's in your mind somewhere, but it's kind of like drifted down to the bottom. And so casually reading through this stuff, just letting yourself sit in this space of inspiration, reminding yourself why you love this topic, why this book is so important to you, just allowing yourself to sit in that space. And then, so that might take 2 weeks. It might take 3. I don't know how much stuff you have. All right, so now we're moving in. We're getting pretty close to the end of the year at this point. Now I want you to start, and if you have followed me, you know what I'm going to say. Free writing. Jean says that would help me organize my thoughts. Yeah, and really just not putting any pressure on yourself. That's kind of what this end of the year bit is about, is just collecting and refamiliarizing and kind of like reigniting that old flame with your stuff. Exactly. Thanks, Jean. Yeah. So 4th part here is free writing. So set aside about a week and just short bursts. No pressure. We're keeping it light, keeping it easy. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Set a timer. Hey, Jess. Welcome. And just write out your thoughts around the topic. Okay. So, and don't try to create organization or structure or anything like that yet. Just allow yourself to start brainstorming ideas about what the book might be about, or why you like the book, or who will be impacted by the book. Y'all are purple buddies a lot. So by the time you get through this phase, I hope that you will have a good inspiration and a good momentum moving into the beginning of the year. So that's really what I'm hoping for you, is that it's so easy to say, I'm going to start in January and just put it off. But the 6 weeks before January is where you build that momentum. So just to recap, gather all that information, all the books, all the papers, all the documents, all the Scrivener files, whatever, in the same space. Take a breather, because that's a lot of work if you're a hoarder like some of us. And then casually read through. Set aside some time every day. It might be an hour a day. You might have to devote some real time to it, but just reading through. And then free writing. Gives you a good excuse to ignore the holiday madness. I might do a scope about that. We spend entirely too much energy around holiday madness, and I'm not even sure that much of it is really to celebrate Jesus, to be perfectly honest. Rant for another day, but especially women, we're expected to bake a lot of things and sew a lot of things and go to a lot of events and host a lot of events, and I'm I don't know, maybe it would be better if we just read the Bible more during December. I'm gonna put that out there. Susan says I get my Christmas shopping done before Thanksgiving. Oh, that's such a good idea. Such a good idea. I should start doing that, except that Thanksgiving is next week. I'll start on it. Anyway, I got derailed by my own mini rant. Right? I want to throw just a party for my family and my very best friends, and that's it. I don't like all these school parties and organization parties and whatever. Okay, so as you're coming at the end of the year, you're free writing. Okay, you're spending about a week, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just free writing. Yes, let's write instead. And if you are super overachiever, here's a bonus thing you can do. At the very end of the year, right around that December 30th, December 31st, you can start your rough organization, which if you've been around, you kind of know what this is, but it's that linear brain dump. It's setting aside like a longer chunk of time, maybe 50 minutes. And you know, I like to do 25-minute increments of productivity. So one chunk where you do like 25 minutes of work and then take a break and then another 25 minutes of work. So set aside about an hour and just brain dump everything that you want to include in the book. Every topic, every bit of information, every story, every episode, every memory, just lay it all out in a huge long list. It's going to be like 6 to 10 pages. But just everything that you can think of. And then you're done. Even if you're an overachiever, you're done. Let it rest. Because so let me kind of like show you the why behind all of this. What's happening now in your brain is you've stuffed it over the years. You've stuffed it with all this information, and it's like you can't access it anymore. Yes, exactly. Brain dump. It's all there somewhere, but you don't know exactly how to reach it. And so every time you think about the book, you get overwhelmed. Like, I know there's a lot of information in there. I just don't know how to get to it. So this is working. This is creating a safe and comfortable space for your brain to approach the book. And it takes a little time, but it's totally worth it. Gather all that stuff, sit in it, remember, refamiliarize, fall in love with it again, and then start free writing, and then create the rough organization. And once you go through this process, January 1 hits, you're writing a book. And you'll be so excited you won't even be able to help yourself. Stew and marinate. It's true. As much as I am a person who advocates like fast action, like when you're ready to write a book, like I want to jump on that book train with you and just like write it for 90 days and finish your book. But there's also a time and a place when you're not quite ready for that book. This might be that time and place for you, and that's totally okay. That's totally okay. You do not have to be the kind of person who writes a book in a week. You might be the type of person who wants to stew and marinate for a little time, but once you step into that place of confidence, that you know that now is the time and this is the topic and this is your book, that's when I want you to really commit to writing and making it happen. Does that make sense? I hope that's helpful, guys. I know a couple of you are sitting and stewing on books, and I hope that you can stew productively. It's not just about thinking about the book. It's taking small incremental steps towards making the book a reality. That's what I want you to do. You're going to write it. Yay, Jess. Good. I'm so glad you've been free writing and brainstorming. You know that linear brain dump's up next for you. Look forward to it. It's very fun. Be in Maine. Yes. Be in Maine between Christmas and New Year's. While you can still free write, that's the beauty of free writing. You can free write anytime. Lots of time to organize. Yep. Beautiful. All right. Thank you, guys. It's been lovely chatting with you, as always. You can catch more at paperravenbooks.com. And I hope that the thinking doesn't come out linear. You make it linear later. We need a shop for it. I will say it does help loosen up a little bit. You want Maine pictures? Yes, Joanne, send us pictures. Some people really like having a drink before they write. Some people really like having a piece of chocolate before they write. Maybe you should just take a deep cleansing breath. I don't know, but do whatever you need to do to get at it. Alrighty. Yes, and buying everything online. Done. Good. Oh, thanks, Ran. You're writing me a book review? I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I love book reviews. I like literally go back and reread book reviews. I'm like, oh, the person is so nice. Thanks, Ran. All right, guys. We're wrapping up. Catch the replay. It's going to be up at paperravenbooks.com/periscope. And I will see you guys tomorrow. You started, but something happened. I will see you guys tomorrow for more book writing amazingness.